there is this murmur that's happening around the studio based on your pronunciation of Reese's. Now, I am with Al. Maybe it's a Midwest thing. I would always say Reese's Pieces, but then everyone's like, what's a Pieces?
Reese's Pieces.
It is Reese's Pieces.
Reese's. Reese's. No. Reese's Pieces. Reese.
Today, we are honoring the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and celebrating his legacy. So much has changed since this time last year. For instance, Lindsay, you're a new mom. What lessons will you teach your daughter about this past year?
I just think the dream of equality is something that we can always realize. That's something that Dr. King fought strongly his whole life for. And when I look at her and look at the opportunities, like knowing that Black women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in this country, there are so many. And so constantly we're bombarded with like negative news. But I know for my daughter that I'm going to constantly let her know that she can be whatever she wants to be.
A gunman held hostages at a synagogue for nearly 11 hours. Now the rabbi, who's the person in charge, is talking about what he did to free himself and 2 others.
I threw a chair at the gunman and I headed for the door. And all 3 of us were able to get out without even a shot being fired.
On the highest of holy days, when I go to pray with my family, we have armed guards as we walk and 3 different people checking our tickets to confirm we are who we say we are. Because someone wants to kill me and my family as we pray. Because I'm Jewish, just like you said. It's an awful, long-standing, ancient hate, and it tells me that our Jewish brothers and sisters are not safe here.
For a lot of drivers, dogs can be a bit of an obstacle to get around while on the job. Watch this very tense standoff.
Be a good boy. Please be a good boy. Hi, dude.
Oh, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Oh, my God. Thank God. Thank God. You're a good boy.
Merritt, my girl, is very into dogs. And I was looking at him approach that dog. She said, if a dog is wagging his tail, and Tori, you know this, that means it's happy and it's probably safe. But if the dog's tail is kind of drooping between its legs, that's not a good sign.
I think everyone knows that. Newsflash, we all know that.
I had no idea. I'm sorry, Sam. I'm trying to kick some knowledge.
Bad news for Adele fans. She's postponing her Vegas residency, which was supposed to begin tonight, by the way.
I would say, listen, everybody's already here. It's so last minute. I know this isn't the show you came to see, but I'm going to get a piano. I'm going to come out there. The lighting's not going to be great, but I'm going to give you guys an intimate show instead of canceling it. It makes me seem like there's a little bit something else going on here.
I weirdly agree with, again, Jeff, which is bizarre for us. We're on a weird run.
How far would you go for likes on social media? In fact, a Canadian woman got stuck on top of her car, which was rapidly sinking into a frozen river. The woman took a selfie while trapped on top of her sinking car.
I would have threw her an anchor. That's what I would have done. We think it's cute that she took a selfie on top. Someone had to risk their life to go out there and help that woman get out of that situation. They were like, what is going on? She was speeding across the lake where kids were playing hockey, trying to get social media likes. I mean, I would have contemplated saving her. Whoa. Let's be honest.
The government is ramping up its efforts to tackle the Omicron surge. Now, while some are applauding these efforts, others are saying it's way too little, too late.
We are a capitalistic society. The way that you defeat a political opponent is you call them a socialist. We cannot then turn around and be surprised when we are not prepared as a society to deal with a public health crisis. We deal with private capital, not public. And so when we need things like masks, we didn't have companies that make them because there's no money in making masks.
Check out what happened to one reporter in West Virginia who was on the scene of a water main break.
Got hit by a car, but I'm okay.
The show should always go on, but I'm like, are we sure about that? Like, I know people that performed when they probably shouldn't. I performed the night that my dad passed away, and it's like that, for me, that was more therapeutic, but I think a lot of times the show should stop. That newscast about whatever they're reporting on whatever that water main, it'll be broken probably in the morning. Let's make sure that your reporter's okay.
Pepsi has come out with an epic 4-minute preview of the Super Bowl halftime show.
I think everybody, at least in our age group, right? That brings us back to high school, college. I mean, every song that you just played and the people that I saw brought me back to a certain point in my life. I think this is one thing America could agree on. Everyone's pumped up for this Super Bowl halftime show. And might I add, if there is one person to run for politics that we never mentioned that is loved universally, that's Snoop Dogg. I think Snoop Dogg could reunite our country.